Hello everybody, my name is David and this is the Numismatic Minute, and as you can already tell by the title, this is another review video. We will be looking at 2x2 binder pages. So the three challengers, as it were, is the Entrust coin collecting supply page. This one, which is totally unbranded. There's nothing to it to signify where it came from. And next is going to be the Lead Dog Protectors, and these are 2x2 pages as well, 22 a page, and all of these will be 22 a page. So I won't reiterate that again. I think this is upside down, actually. There we go. So Lead Dog Protectors, and then last, BCW, which people seem to be talking about. This is the standard, that this is what they routinely buy. To get started, we will look at the Entrust coin collecting supply page. All right, and we have the Entrust coin supply page totally filled, and it has responded as I expected. We started with a flat page, and without lifting it up, you can already see the curvature that it's got going on. It's tightened up on the one side and has started to kind of buckle and come together, which I completely expected. This was my experience from last time, and as part of my problem, it doesn't seem to give enough that it can relax at any time. So being in a binder, having it turned has the potential to be for it to be damaged. And if I were to flex it this way, I've only got so many of those. There's only so many times that I'm going to be able to do this, and this will snap. My luck, it won't do it while we're on camera, but I can say that I've used 2 or 3 of these other pages. All of them that I have used have broken. They've split and they'll tear along the side and have become completely useless. And I don't personally feel that doing this to this page is unreasonable. Because as you're turning the page, as you're sitting in the binder and as you're turning, that's a natural motion that you're going to be making. If not, then it should be completely rigid. It should not at all be able to be bent, and then it would turn as so. They ought to be able to bend, and they ought to be able to give enough. For that, I give that part a fail. Next thing I want to talk about is that I like the cutouts at the bottom of the 2x2s. At the bottom of each one of these slots are these little thumb holes, and if I wanted to go through and I wanted to pull out one of these 2x2s, I would be able to do that with relative ease. It wouldn't be that difficult if I wanted to do that. So it's nice to have those those cutouts at the bottom of the 2x2 sleeves. I don't know how easy that would be in a different spot. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. So for that, that's a good thing. I definitely like that about the page. Each one of them comes filled in the holes for the binder, so we'll punch those out real quick. The third question, does it fit? The holes are appropriately cut, and we'll put that in screen so you have something to look at. The holes seem to be appropriately cut so that they will fit in the binder. That would be, I mean, that would be a complete fail, wouldn't it? If they didn't at least do that, then what else would we have? So the Entrust coin supply page at this moment doesn't appear to have the flexibility needed when it's completely full. Has a tendency to couple and bend when it is filled. It's got nice places for you to push up the 2x2s in the bottom, and fits in a regular old D-ring binder. So what's the next one that we're going to look at? Let's look at Lead Dog Protectors. Lead Dog Protector is this one here. This one is a little bit different from the last in that it has a slightly larger, this is terrible. This video is going to be horrid. But right here, there's that little bit of space where the ring is attached, or where the hole for the binder rings are attached. This one has a little bit more of a substantial spot on the side, and the pages, or the pockets themselves, seem to go all the way through the page, where the other one didn't. Those pockets seem to be molded and stopped there at the edge. We'll call it the spine for our purposes. These go all the way through and also have the small half moons at the bottom, those cutouts. So you would think that it will be easy to put in and take out these 2x2s. All right, and the Lead Dog Products, not Protector, Products page has been filled, and we'll just go ahead and place it so you can see, for the most part, it is laying flat on the table. So it's not coming together from the sides like the other page was. Oh wow. This one is very easily bent, doesn't seem to stress at all from this direction, but from the direction like you were turning it as a page, it seems to have more structure. I'm not sure how that would work. It really does not like being bent backwards like that. So we won't, well, I was about to say we won't stress it, but I mean we need to be completely fair, don't we? So we will give it the full stress test. As far as being bent and stretched. And so far it has not broken. Again, it does have the half moons at the bottom of the pocket, so that is good. That is definitely a good thing. Really did not expect that, but I suppose it would have been the logical thought, but the way those pockets go all the way across to the spine, there's nothing, the spine itself does not support the pockets themselves in a vertical way. At least, but across it seems to. So we will see how this does. Again, we've got the filled holes for the rings and the D-ray binder to go through that need to be punched out. Easily punched through with a thumb and nail though, so not a big deal. Let's pop open the binder. We'll flip over our Entrust coin supply and then pop in Lead Dog Products page, and it seems to fit just right. The holes are in the right spot, assisted of course by the elongated spots on the top and bottom holes so that it has a little bit of room for error. Seems to fit in just fine. Turns no problem. So at this juncture, both pages are functioning fine. We did not give the full type of stress that we did the Lead Dogs products on the Entrust, but that's okay. We'll see what happens from here. Now, let's look at the BCW. I almost said BCM. BCW. And let's see how these coins go in here. First and foremost, I have to say, this is the lightest of the pages. This definitely feels like it is the least substantial of the pages that I've picked up so far. There's not a whole lot of material here, and because of that, it is very, very malleable. I would almost say I could crumple it up and it'd probably be okay, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to, you know, ruin its structural integrity before I even put it to a test. So let's get it filled up with 2x2s. Now, something to note, this will make things interesting, is that like the other pages, the BCW does not have those half moons. So there's nothing at the bottom to help you, assist you in pulling the 2x2 out. Once we get these in here, I may have fun getting them out. And as I've just noticed, we'll look at this a little bit closer. On the bottom of the piece of plastic, the top layer that's forming the pocket, kind of hangs over from where it is sealed here. Not a big deal, not something we're reviewing, not something we're looking at. However, it almost matches up perfectly to the bottom pocket. What's the point? What does that matter? So I stick my finger in here, and it should be easy to see. I hope I can convey this on camera, that as I come up, my finger is getting caught on that flap that's right there. So what does that matter? When I put a 2x2 in there, does that mean when I am attempting to get it out, and I can't push it up from the bottom, remember it doesn't have those half moons, is that going to be an issue? Is that going to be in the way? When I'm going to remove them, is it going to get caught on the plastic flap there on the bottom? I don't know. Let's find out. All right, and as expected, with as bendy and as soft as the material was, this is, as you can see, laying flat on the table, even more so than the last one. So it's not, from the immediate look, it doesn't look like it's going to have the issue of breaking anytime soon. This is not an intentional thing, just picked it up and it doesn't seem to want to hold its shape at all, which I guess that's what I'm really looking for, is I don't want it to, if I go to pick it up, I don't need it to maintain that is so close for everybody. That's so close for you guys. Sorry about that. I don't really need it to maintain its shape. I want it to give. That way I know, or can feel confident, that it's not just going to break on me later, at a later date. So at this point, that seems to be good. The next thing, I guess, that we really need to look at is removing these 2x2s. Starting off, let's see if we can get some of these coins out. I think the top row will be fairly easy. They stick out just a little bit, and I believe you can see that. They stick out just a little bit above the top. So, yes, those are going to come out just fine. And we'll see if we can get one of these out. That one right there, if memory serves, it's about a $40 coin. So this is probably the most valuable one in here, honestly. Oh, I do have a large cent down here. Took that one out of the Dansko 7070 and replaced it. This was a 1938. Replaced it with a 1923 mintage of 2 million versus a mintage of 8 or 9. So thought I'd put it in there. And already, well, there we go. Applying pressure to the bottom of the slot, that came right out. However, I don't know that it's going to show up on camera. That is, I mean, as it would with any plastic, if you really put a lot of force on it, you're going to wind up damaging it. And there are scratches now on the bottom of that 2x2 from forcing that piece up. But without doing that, I don't think it's going to be, you can get them out, but it is fairly difficult to get that pulled out. If you have nails, you might be able to do it. I do not really, I don't let my nails grow out, so I don't really have a lot to get a good purchase on those, but it can be done. The page itself, if I were to take the page and hold it upside down, I don't know. There's one. It holds these the least securely out of all of the other pages. However, like we said before, we commented that there's that little flap at the top on the other from the other pocket that seems to be retaining these coins anyway. That seems to do a decent enough job of retaining the coins so that that is not a particular issue. So I think it's okay. The only problem is going to be that very, very top part where it seems that easily enough coins could potentially slide out if for any reason your binder got turned over. So if you liked the video, go ahead and hit like. If you have any comments on this review and evaluation, if you thought it was terrible, if you liked it and you found it useful, go ahead and post down in the comments below. Let me know what information you found useful and what you're interested in your coin collecting supplies and on your 2x2 binder pages. If you're interested in any particular facets of modern currency pages and large currency pages, and if you're interested in any particular facets of the holders themselves, what you look for, go ahead and post that down in the comments below. Those will be the following reviews to come up. It'll be one of those two products, and certainly the next two reviews will be encompassing both of those. So thank you again very much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you hadn't already subscribed, go ahead and do that. Well, thank you again for watching. My name is David, and this has been the Numismatic Minute.